Hey traders, John Howell here. Let's have a look at what the stock market did and let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so let's go through the actual stock market itself. I'm actually looking at Adobe right now. Adobe could be a bit of a buying opportunity soon. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but let's actually get into the actual stock market itself. And the number one thing that I want to come across here is that we've got the futures market up here. We've got the cash market. And the big thing that I'm noticing right now when it comes to these markets here. Oh, by the way, guys, if you haven't done so yet, I'm actually running a bit of a bundle here. My top 4 trading systems for $4. If you go to johnsflashstyle.com, very first thing in the description, plus there's some bonuses as well too. So just for $4, guys, 4 trading systems. So the thing that I'm noticing right now when it comes to the Nasdaq is that we're still very, very, very overextended right now. We're still having a lot of problems through here when it comes to the actual Nasdaq. You can see my 20 moving average is definitely trending strongly on the downside through here. Very strong on the downside. So we've still got a lot of strong momentum when it comes to this downside. You can see how it's having a rejection point there, and the market is quite volatile. Right now is definitely not the time to be impatient. In general, it's not a really good thing to be impatient when it comes to the markets. But if we actually take all the moving averages off the screen, and if we actually look at, say, support and resistance levels. So if I take all this off the screen here, the very first thing is you can see that we definitely do have a bit of a longer term level of support to where we are right now. You can see this major level of support through here, resistance, support, and also resistance back here. So we are still hovering around this major level of support. And you can see what's been happening through here the last sort of couple of weeks. This is a weekly bar. We've come down all the way through, and now we're just holding here. So there's a real good probability we're going to start to see at least a bit of a retracement out of this. And the big key area for me would be watching this area through here. So if we did start to see a bit of retracement, which is there's a high probability we're going to start to see that, a bit of a rally out of the markets. But just because we have a rally doesn't mean it's over for the bear market, right? Because we can get something like this, just like we did back here. And then guess what? And then it comes back down again, right? So that's what we're looking at through there when it comes to the Nasdaq. So just because we get a rally doesn't mean the buyers are in control. The buyers in control, sellers in control. We can get rallies in bear markets, and so you can see back here, right? Just because we get the pullbacks doesn't mean the buyers are not in control, because the buyers are in control based off the trend, not based off pullbacks. This is a pullback here. Right, this is a pullback here, and this is a pullback here as well too. So we can see that that's what's going on through there when it comes to the Nasdaq. Let's go look at the S&P 500, and sort of the same thing as well too. If this is a weekly chart here, and you can see that my long-term weekly charts is definitely having a lot of problems. This line through here is going back to 2012. A lot of resistance all through here. Resistance, and a lot of resistance as well too. And same for the Nasdaq. We're getting a bit of a strong movement on the downside. We definitely have this sort of level of major support where it is right now. So again, I wouldn't be too surprised to see a bit of a move up. If we did start to see a bit of a move up, which is there's a high probability we're going to at least see that, then that'll be the key area that I'll be watching out for. And plus also this area through here, because if I go back to, let me actually go back to the daily charts now, and the daily charts, you can see this is the significant level of resistance. So for this to start to become really bullish again, and just remember traders, anything can happen, right? No one knows exactly what's going to happen, but anything can happen. So that's the reason why we need to use probability. But what I do know is that if the market starts to change tune, we start to get a really good trend in place, then that's what we need to focus on, right? So we have this here. So we have them, if the market rallies up, we could rally up and then start to roll over again, right? So the big thing for me is if this is going to really start a good true trend, we would need to see something like this. We would need to see a bit of a breaking of this long-term level through there, especially breaking through this. If we can do that, if we can get back above here, there's a high probability we're going to come down, test support, and then have a bit of a rally through there as well too. I do believe the second half of this year is going to be very bullish for the markets because it's just been so bearish for the markets right now. And so I really do believe that when it comes to this here. And even if we don't have a very strong second quarter, we're going to get strong rallies, right? Just like back here. So remember traders, the worst thing to do is sell the market or buy put options down here or try to short any market after it's made a very big drop, okay? Worst thing to do. Why? Because how do the markets work? They go down and then they have big pullbacks. They go down and they have big pullbacks. They go down and guess what's coming next, right? A pullback. But doesn't mean the trend has ended. So let's go have a look at the DJ, right? The DJ. DJ, there's a few levels that I'm watching on the DJ, the Dow Jones, and this would be the one major level here that I'm watching. You can see here that we're just really overstretched on this downside. That major key level there around the 32,000 key area, 32,500 area, that sort of 32 and a half area. That's definitely a major level of resistance for the Dow Jones. If I go to my weekly charts, you can see once again what's been happening right now. We have actually broken down past this major level of support back here, as you can see. So that there's a big sort of key area that I'll be watching for, and it's probably going to be somewhere through there. Let me actually bring up the daily charts here for a minute. You can see, look at this here, a bit of a false breakout, and then we actually do this. So whenever you see that, traders, whenever you're watching the markets and you have like a bit of a trend line like this, right? And it starts to we get a bit of a breakout like we did here, and then it's something that reverses. That's actually a very bearish sign. So get ready for bearish trades all through here. As soon as I saw this, when the market went up and we started doing this, I'm like, oh, we could be actually starting a new upward trend. And then it failed and went down to here. I'm just like, no, this thing's completely reversed, and we're getting ready for a test for a new low for the year. And that's exactly what happened. If you've been watching my videos for this entire year, you would know that I was actually quite bullish here. I'm like, okay, we're starting to build a bit of strength. And then the market changed. And this is always a hard thing for traders, right? Is changing their modality of the markets based on what the market is doing. As we're starting to develop this low through here, this low and then this high low, guess what? We're starting to develop an upward trend. But we need to break past previous highs. We never did that. It completely rejected it. And we got this false breakout period through here. So as soon as we actually rejected this low, remember, in an upward trend, the most important part is a higher low. Higher low, higher low, higher low. So if the market comes back down and breaks this low, and it's not making higher lows like it did on this candle here, that was telling me that the market is now guess what? The market is now what? It's not actually going in an upward trend. The market's actually telling you. So it doesn't matter how bullish I am through here. That's when I started to flip to bearish, because I'm like, okay, this is probably going to start to go down from here. And because guess what? Double top, false breakout, and now we're actually breaking the low. There's a massive probability when we get this that we're actually going to come back down towards these lows through here. Now we're getting this level through here. It's going to be really interesting. So watch for these false breakouts, because when they do come, it's a big lesson for people who are getting in long because they think it's going to go up. And the big thing is just to keep focusing on what the market is doing. Let's go have a quick look at the VIX as well too. The VIX is actually still quite low as well too. Again, we could quite possibly get a spiking in VIX, but I wouldn't be too surprised, guys, if we actually did finish this whole bear market that we're in right now with a bit of a spike and a capitulation, but we still can get rallies, right? When I say this is probably like an end with a capitulation, it's like we get it, we get a downward trend, right? Market comes down, market rallies, comes down, rally. We could be here right now, we could get a rally and then a downward movement with a capitulation. A capitulation is one big flushing down day when everything is falling off a cliff, right? It's like the Lehman Brothers. And the whole banking collapse. When did that happen? It happened towards the end of 2008. When was the bottom? Towards the end of 2008, start of 2009. So that said that whole, oh my goodness, this is so bad. Whenever you see something like that, it's like, oh, load up, baby, load up. So there we go, traders. There's a bit of an update for you across the indices, and I'll see you in the next video. So traders, before you go, if you're after some good trading systems, then this is for you. 4 trading systems for just $4. If you go to johns-sale.com, johns.com. You can actually grab this right now, this bit of a sale that I'm running right now. And here's what you're going to get in this here. You're going to get the blast off trading system, the ultimate trading system, the ultimate trading system advanced, the powerful short-term trading system, the most successful options trading strategy on the planet. This is so successful that it doesn't matter if the market goes up 20% or down 20%, you still can generate an income. You're going to get access to a brand new live training that I'm doing as well too. Also a massive secret bonus. This is worth $1,000 as a secret, but I can't tell you what it is right now because it's a surprise, but wait till you see this. This is going to help you build a bridge to where you are right now to where you want to go when it comes to your trading. So go to johnsflashsale.com right now. Go over there right now. Grab this for $4 and I'll see you real soon.